welcome back to the Halloween special, my friends. I'm having a great time looking at some amazing scary stuff with all of you guys. Well, I mean, aside from Haunted Mansion, you know, everything else has been amazing. But this next entry into this playlist is Crimson Peak, directed by Guillermo del Toro. This came out back in the year 2015. Thank you to my homie Paige for recommending this to me. It was a lot of fun checking this out for the first time, and it stars a great chunk of actors. Mia Wasikowska, Jessica Chastain, Tom Hiddleston, and Charlie Hunnam. And we follow young Edith, who's played by Mia Wasikowska, and she marries the charming and seductive British genius Sir Thomas Sharp, played by Tom Hiddleston. And she finds herself swept away to his remote, gothic, beautiful mansion in the English hills. Even though I say beautiful, this house is kind of dilapidated. And also living there is Thomas's sister, who's played by Jessica Chastain. She's also the protector of her family's deepest, darkest secrets. So big ol' haunted house style movie, Edith is trying to decipher the mystery behind the ghostly visions that haunt her new home. And, you know, it's a scary movie, so if it's a dilapidated house, of course ghosts are gonna be in it, right? But joking aside, this was actually a movie I was really looking forward to checking out, and I finally did for the first time. Guillermo del Toro is an incredible artistic visionary. All of his movies are just so stunning to look at, and I can honestly put Crimson Peak at or very near the top of his best looking films. His vision for this world and this garish nightmare is just so cool to see unfold. The house itself is a really cool design. It almost feels to me like a Hogwarts Haunted Mansion hybrid in a way, because you got the snow falling through the roof, and you know, it's magic, but it's not really, because the roof is kind of torn apart. But his shot composition is really smart, because you also see a great number of clues behind this mystery hidden within the cinematography and the set itself, which, dare I say, is freaking breathtaking. This is, again, easily one of Guillermo del Toro's best set designs that he's ever directed, and it's also one of his best looking films. The cinematography is just downright perfect. Whoever did the production design really has to be commended, because they got the time period of this movie done perfect. The costumes, oh boy, don't even get me started on these. These are freaking awesome. And note the use of the color red and green, which is very few and far in between, because there is a speech in the first act about one of the characters being colorblind, and Del Toro was very meticulous in using those colors only in specific instances, only when something is really important, only when something is heightened in this drama. Which I should also tell you, if you've never seen Crimson Peak, you're probably going to be disappointed that this is not straight up scary. Oh, don't get me wrong, there are a lot of scary elements in there. The jump scares are very smartly utilized by Del Toro himself, but this is definitely more of a gothic romance than anything else. And I think Mia Wasikowska and Tom Hiddleston have some excellent chemistry together. Hiddleston himself, I think, shines in this role. He is, in my opinion, the most interesting character. He's got the most going on. He's got the biggest arc, even over our hero in Edith, which, yeah, can be considered a big issue that I kind of want to talk about. The more and more I thought about this movie and the more it kind of sat with me, I was thinking, how did Edith actually grow as a human being? It felt to me more like a point A to point A journey instead of a point A to a point B journey, you know? I mean, sure, she loses her loved ones along the way, pretty brutally, might I add. Yeah, the kills in this are just so, like, I never imagined a letter opener being used to this fullest extent, but I mean, they did it, man. But I'm sitting here really trying to think, Edith, you know, she's not really all that interesting of a character, especially as opposed to Thomas Sharp and Lady Lucille, who, by the way, Jessica Chastain, so awesome. She keeps the same, almost very stoic energy going throughout this entire runtime. And her cryptic delivery is just so, it sends shivers up and down your spine. And yeah, the movie does get very bloody, especially towards the final 15 minutes or so, when everything just explodes. And yeah, the whole movie actually was a real treat to sit through. I had a lot of fun watching it. The ending of the movie was just, pitch perfect. But a couple of issues I have with Crimson Peak upon thinking about it. First of all, I already mentioned the arc that Edith goes through is not really the most interesting. But speaking of uninteresting, I mean, I really like Charlie Hunnam. I think he's good in the movie. but I don't really think his character adds a ton. And I was even joking with my friend about it. I was like, listen, this is like, he's an optometrist. Why is he playing Sherlock Holmes now? Why not just have Edith solve this mystery? It wouldn't make her a whole lot more interesting of a character. But instead, you kind of just throw in this suitor optometrist type character, and it's like, you could have just eliminated him from this plot, and I think it would have made the movie a lot better. But other than that, guys, I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed Crimson Peak, all things considered. Yeah, the main character is not the most interesting the more I think about it, but Tom Hiddleston, Jessica Chastain, and their enigmatic performances more than make up for it. And Del Toro's amazing vision coming to life here is just so insane to see. And his symbolism used throughout this movie, the red and green colors that are sprinkled throughout this, only used very sparsely. Tom Hiddleston holding a candle while he leads Mia Wasikowska in a waltz, and the fire does not go out. It's just, oh, it's so good. But I'm gonna go ahead and give Crimson Peak an A-. I think this is, in fact, one of Del Toro's strongest features. If you were to ask me to rank them, I honestly couldn't. I really, off the top of my head, I don't think this movie is better than Pan's Labyrinth, because that's like his magnum opus. It can't be topped. Hellboy 1 and 2 I do think are more fun to watch than this movie, but I wouldn't mind sitting through it again. Let me know what you thought of Crimson Peak all down there in the comments section below. And if you're a new viewer, do consider subscribing to the channel. It's absolutely free, and you can always unsubscribe later if you want to. Hit that notification bell as well on your way out. That way you don't miss a second more of the action from this point forward, because I promise you, you're not going to want to miss another release this year from me. And do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button on your way out. That would be a tremendous, tremendous help to the channel. And yeah, stay tuned for more exciting content hitting my channel very, very soon. I will be watching Black Adam tonight at the time of recording, which is Friday. Very, very excited to see that and talk about it with you guys. I'm very excited to announce that my next entry in this year's Halloween playlist, probably not the first thing you think of when you think of Halloween, but this is a musical. It does get very bloody, all things considered, and a lot of you wanted me to talk about a Tim Burton movie this year. So yeah, on its 15th anniversary, we will be talking about Sweeney Todd, and I can't wait to do so, my friends. But guys, y'all are the best. Thank you all so, so very much again for tuning in. And with all that being said, Back Talk, commence!